Hi, I'm Jenna, or Goose,
Hi, I'm Kira or Wishbone.
and
And
welcome to
welcome to
Magical Science
Science
at
at Home.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Today we'll be doing 3 simple but very fun science experiments using objects that you can likely find around your home. Before we begin, we'll let you know what supplies you may need. Our first experiment is invisible ink.
Science rules.
The supplies needed for our first experiment are a lemon or a lime, any acidic fruit, a Q-tip, a piece of paper, and later you'll need a heat source, so a blow dryer, or you can use a non-LED light bulb, or if you have adult supervision, you can use an iron. I'm sending Wishbone a letter to teach her about invisible ink and invite her to join me in another experiment we're going to be doing later.
So getting mail from my camp friends is one of my absolute favorite things. So let's go ahead and see what Goose sent me. Okay. Huh. It's blank. I'm going to call in our science consultant, Honey, to tell us the science behind invisible ink. Honey, what do you have for us?
Honey here, reporting live from my high school graduation gown and a few awards I got. Why? Because I went to a STEM high school. That's science, technology, something else, and math, and that's the only qualifications I have for what we're doing here today. I like this lemon juice experiment because it teaches you a lot about physical and chemical changes. For example, when you painted the lemon juice onto the paper and it dried and you could no longer see it, that was because of something called evaporation. Evaporation is a physical change in which water turns into gas when it's exposed to heat.
I think I'm gonna have to do something to reveal this secret message.
In this case, the heat's actually causing the lemon juice to break down. This is a chemical change called oxidation. We're speeding this up with a hairdryer, but you might see this at your house when you have a banana turn brown on your kitchen table, or you can eat it.
Well, it looks like I've been challenged to a friendly egg drop at noon, so I will see you there, Goose.
Remember, a good scientist always puts safety first.
For our next experiment, we'll be doing the egg drop challenge.
Science rules.
The egg drop. You know, I was a champion egg dropper back in my day.
So for our egg drop challenge, Goose and I have decided on the following supplies. We're going to have available to us 1 toilet paper roll, 1 Ziploc plastic bag, some tape, some paper towels or tissues, some random loose leaf paper like a magazine or newspaper, just whatever's in your recycling bin, some straws. I happen to have some reusable straws, a plastic grocery bag, a pair of scissors, and some M&Ms for a snack for me later. If you want to make your egg drop a little bit more challenging, you can also take supplies away. So maybe I would take away some of these straws so I only have a few to work with, or I might limit myself to only a couple pieces of tape. It's really up to you and how challenging you want to make it. In an egg drop experiment, your objective is to build a structure that will prevent an egg from breaking when dropped from a significant height. In our case, we're going to use a hard-boiled egg. You can use a regular egg, a hard-boiled egg, or even a water balloon. When doing this challenge, you should think about creating a design that will reduce the amount of energy transferred onto the eggshell.
The reason that the egg normally breaks when it hits the ground is because it speeds up the further it falls. Using straws in this way is a really good idea. It's going to help Wishbone's egg soften its blow when it finally hits the ground.
Goose and I are going to set up targets with tape below our windows to have something to aim for when we drop our eggs. In the event that either both of our eggs survive or crack, we'll use this as a tiebreaker. The winner of this competition gets to pick the next and final experiment.
Looks like Jenna's also trying to soften the blow when her egg hits the ground with her little airbag. Oh no, looks like Goose's airbag is deflating. I hope her egg survives.
Now before we drop our eggs, I think it's smart if we check on the weather. We go now live to our weather correspondents, Lila and Archie. Hey Lila and Archie, how's it looking out there?
It's pretty good.
Okay, I'm so nervous.
Remember, Wishbone's egg is probably going to move a lot faster than Goose's, but it's going to have an easier landing because of its straw cushioning. Let's see what happens.
Well, it looks like my cookie structure is mostly intact, so let's see if my egg survived.
Okay, let's see how Mr. Egg did.
Oh no!
Bummer!
Wait, hold on.
Oh, bummer.
Sad.
Let's check in with Wishbone's egg.
It's looking good so far. Not a scratch on it. It's perfect.
Wishbone, you got this exactly right.
Wow, that was honestly so much fun, and I can't believe my egg didn't have a single crack on it. So because I won the egg drop competition, I actually get to pick our next experiment, and I've already picked it, but I'm gonna have a friend help me do it because I'm a little bit tired and I want a break. So Carrie, or Gump, is gonna be doing our next experiment, and I will let her explain it to you.
Thanks, Wishbone and Goose. This is Gump here, reporting from my kitchen in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm so excited to be joining you guys today for some magical science. For our third and final experiment, we are going to be working with some coffee filters to look at chromatography. So let's get started.
Science rule.
So to get us started, we're just going to talk through the materials that you need to participate in this chromatography coffee filter experiment. So of course you're going to need some coffee filters. You're going to need some washable, vibrant, colorful markers. You're going to need a cup of water. I recommend a clear cup if available. I grabbed some paper plates just to place my coffee filters on, some paper towels, as I tend to get markers and paint and anything of the sort all over me, and also some peanut butter cups in case I get hungry while I'm experimenting. In this science experiment, we'll be exploring chromatography, or separating mixtures. We'll use coffee filters to separate the various pigments in markers to see how each color was created. You're going to pull apart the cone-shaped coffee filter so it balances right on the glass with the tip of the cone just touching the water. Be sure not to let the marker circle go in the water, just the uncolored tip of the coffee filter cone.
You can see the water traveling up the filter because it starts taking the dye from the markers with it. Wow, Carrie, that looks great. The path of the ink looks really cool, but it's also showing you where the water moved through the coffee filter. Well, not all of us are good at egg drops, but we are all really good at having fun. And we learned a lot, which is extra fun.
That's true, honey. We did learn a lot today. And if you had fun recreating these activities at home, don't forget to share your creations and your experiments with us by tagging @CampKesem on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram.
Also, a reminder to continue following along all summer for more activities. They premiere every Monday and every Thursday on Facebook and YouTube.
We hope you had fun. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.